Well, hello gardeners, it's Lauren from Till and Trell. Nice to see you. I did a live just a moment ago and realized I didn't have my microphone on. It's a bit breezy out here, and when it's breezy, you get a lot of roaring sound on the on the sound for this video. So had to go get my microphone. Woo! So you can see I got a new garden hat. How do you like it? It's got some vents on the side and nice wide brim. I like using the baseball caps, but honestly I probably need to protect my neck and ears a little bit better. So giving this a try, a serious try. Amazon. Cool, enjoy it. So yeah, let's look at the garden. I'm finishing up the spring crops, pulling out my peas today, making room for cucumbers to grow. My lettuce is just about done. I'll probably pick a bunch of it today and the rest of it next week. And you got to see the tomatoes. It's pretty remarkable. Let me flip it around and let's take a look. Ah, fingers in front of the camera. Okay, this is the end of my peas. I actually started pulling them and then said, oh my goodness, I should probably do the video. There's a few peas left on some of the green ones, but generally the pea crop is tired and we're done. It's too hot for them anyway. As for the peas themselves, they tasted really good. I tried it growing them without support, as the package had said, and I can't say I really liked it. It made a bit of a mess, and you know, I like things neat in my garden, and you know, finding the peas could be a bit tricky. So I don't know, maybe I'll try another variety next time, something that produces more. I really like eating the fresh peas. They are something else. They're really delicious. I don't mind shelling them, but I'm just not getting enough. We got 4 servings, and I might get 1 serving out of what's left. That's not really worth the work, in my opinion. Maybe it's time to start doing snap peas. Okay, next we have carrots. So it takes longer for, I planted 2 varieties, one called Yaya that I've done for years, and then there's another one called Tender Sweet. And the Tender Sweet seemed to take a little bit longer to fully develop. So I'm harvesting Yayas, and they're coming out quite nice. Let's see if I have one. I haven't looked yet, so I hope I have one I can show you. I think this one is a Yaya, and it should be ready. So wait, I'm sorry that you couldn't see that. So I kind of dig down if I'm not sure whether it's ripe, yeah. If it's mature enough for me. And this one, you know, when they're ready to go, they usually push up shoulders. In other words, you can see the carrot a little bit at the surface of the soil, but not always. And in that case, I mean, given the state of the greenery, I suspect this one's ready. So I'm digging down and I can see it's a good size, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull it. Yes, I have the camera focused properly. Wow, no wonder why it wasn't. It looked like it was gonna be a nice carrot, but what I got is an octopus. Carrots are funny. I mean, it's still edible, of course. I don't know if I will eat it, because, I mean, well, I'd have to clean it really well. It's fun with carrots. They will do this sometimes. Sometimes they look like people, but not this one. I'm calling it an octopus. So I'll see the other side and see if they're any ready over there. Lettuce. Okay, that's Crispino, the heading one. The red one is Lala Rosa. And here's another Crispino Lala Rosa and a little bit of Lala Rosa. Didn't have great germination this year with the lettuce seeds, but the ones that did germinate and develop are looking good. Today, it's getting too hot for the lettuce, really, so I'm gonna probably harvest half of it, and then next weekend harvest the end of it. The green onions are still coming in, looking good. Once again, germination was a problem. I need to get fresh seeds, but the ones that are growing are good. and I am so proud of my onions. Check this out. They're getting close to harvest time. Not all of them are huge, as you can see, but I got quite a few huge ones. Look at that. So, what did we learn? This year, I spent the time and did a little bit of reading about onions and how to grow them, and my goodness, it actually worked. When you plant them correctly and you follow the guidelines on how to grow good onions, you get good onions. So they aren't quite ready to harvest yet. I'm going to double check it, but I believe the tops have to dry out a little bit more, though I think I could probably pull some now if I really wanted to. I don't really need onions at the moment, so I'm going to leave them in. And now we're down to the end with tomatoes. They're starting to fruit already quite well. I really should have brought my fertilizer and given them some vitamins. In other words, fertilizer. But I forgot. I got other things going on. I actually brought more of the mulch. A lot of the mulch around the tomatoes washed away, so I am going to go get the mulch, put that down to help prevent weeds. I'm getting a number of weeds growing in here, and it's going to get only harder. So I said, wait till you see the tomatoes. So down here, this is Park's Whopper, which I had tried for the first time last year, and I really liked it. And look at those pretty little tomatoes getting ready. Just for me. This guy looks like he's got some nibbling. Some critter has nibbled on it a little bit. Still will be good. Oh, looks like it reconnected. Woohoo! This is Lauren from Till and Trell. I'm back. So this little guy, well, he's a big guy, is a cherry tomato, which I generally don't plant, but my sister highly recommended this one. It's called Sun Sugar. It's very sweet. And the little tomatoes turn yellow rather than red. So cherry tomatoes are a lot of fun to plant because they are prolific and they ripen pretty quickly. You can see it's kind of a spike with a whole bunch of tomatoes on it. So here's the ones that I wanted to show you. These are Amish paste, and they are huge. Huge, I tell you. I don't know what that spot is. There might be a critter in there, which would be bad, but you can cut away. Oh yeah, this one's bad. I'm just going to take it off so the plant doesn't expend energy on it. And it's kind of curly, didn't develop right, and got a hole in it, so it might have a critter in it. I'm not sure. That one's going to just be trashed. And so the plant will continue to grow the other ones. But I mean, I'm really pleasantly surprised how quickly they have set fruit this year. There it is. And that they're growing so large. I am surprised by the size. Here's another Amish paste. Maybe this is why everybody likes them so much. Amish paste. And this plant has a really, I mean, this is an Amish paste tomato. It's supposed to be like a plum tomato, and it's almost, I mean, well, it is regular sized, slicer sized. How about that? If you ever see plum tomatoes in the grocery store, they're not this huge. So I tend to prune the suckers off of my tomatoes. There's controversy. People say, yes, you should do it. No, you shouldn't. I do it mainly to keep the plants from getting too ginormous. So suckers grow at the joints. That one that I just pulled off was a sucker. They grow out of the joints between a regular leaf and the main stem. And they become another main stem. So early on, they're pretty easy to tell it's a sucker developing, because you look in a joint. I don't think, oh, yep, here's one. And you see a little leaf forming. So this is a little baby sucker. And at this stage, they're so easy. You just clean them right off. Here's another one up here, and you just pick it right off. And the little wound spot will seal right up, and the tomato will keep growing. It also helps having a single stem. I can tie it to a post more easily without the plant getting too large. So yeah, this is one thing I do. Sometimes you miss one, or often you miss one. And how you tell you have one is sometimes you'll see a new main stem. You can tell it's a main stem because you can kind of see it's the rosette here. It's not a leaf, which ends at a leaf. And it's not a fruiting stem because they just have the flowers that will eventually be the fruit. So that's how you tell what a sucker is. Most of the time when you pull it off, you're done at that juncture, but sometimes they'll grow another sucker. If you leave the suckers, I mean, the plant, of course, will still grow. It's not going to hurt the plant not to have suckers. It's just a technique that helps you manage the size of the plant, and theoretically you get more tomatoes. But then I hear other people say you get more tomatoes if you leave the suckers on. I don't know. I've never done an experiment myself. Okay, here's a larger sucker. So this one leaves a more significant wound, but it will still recover. Sometimes if they get really large before you recognize them and you want to take it off, it's better to cut them rather than just pull them off. Sometimes when they're really large, because they might actually split the stem and cause a really large wound that could theoretically hurt the tomato plant. Okay, so while I was reconnecting, I went by the beets, and the beets are down here. I've picked about a third of them. Ooh, I wonder if this one's ready to go. You know, I think that one's pretty small. Sorry about that. This one here, I think it's small, judging on how big the top of the beet is. So I'm going to leave that one. This one, I'm digging down a little bit. I think this will be a nice sized beet. Let's pull it out, tap off some of the dirt. Oh yeah, that's good. Not too huge, not too woody. I bet that one will be nice and sweet. So I will pick that up in a little bit. Now I'm just coming up the other side. You can see these are two butter crunch lettuce. Gonna pick those, both of those, and actually giving one to a friend of mine. I hope she will like it. Butter crunch is always tasty. And here's the other side of the peas, which you can see is pretty bad. So I'm going to plant cucumbers on this side, which is the south side of the plot. I'm actually going to plant them along the south side so that they will do minimum sun blockage to the rest of my plot and my neighbor's plot. You know, the sun goes from east to west, and so it won't cast a super long shadow if I ran the line north to south. Guess I'll have to write a blog about that to explain it. So, anywho, let's turn around. Hello again. Thanks for watching my video. I've got my hand in front of the camera. That's terrible. Thank you for watching my video. I hope pointed out a few things you might have questions about. Thanks for sticking with me, and Lauren Bond out. I'll see you next time.